Party?
Good. I'm doing well, man. It's a cold, rainy day, so doing as well as I can be under the circumstances.
I like it.
But yeah, man. What's up, Elias, Harshal? How you guys doing?
Hi, Matej. I'm good.
Nice.
Good, good.
Guys having a good week so far?
Yeah, so far.
Nice. What
Yeah,
makes it a
I
good week?
recently joined.
Tell me about it.
Um, yeah, so new offer. I got my third close set yesterday,
Let's
and I hit my
go.
KPIs on Monday. Well, yesterday I didn't get any sets, but I still got a close set anyway. It's just my second week, so I think I'm on pace
Let's go. That's sick.
with my
What's the
KPIs.
offer?
So it's a digital marketing agency that helps concrete contractors to get more appointments.
Nice. That's sick. Is it based with like US
Yeah,
contractors usually?
yeah.
What's the name of the company?
S&C Digital.
SNC? Dope. Very cool. That's exciting. Good job. Good start.
Thanks.
Nice. All right, cool. Anybody else have something interesting going on or a cool win they want to share? Whether it be work related, personal development related, whatever. These are always fun to start off with. Tamara, what's your win? You gotta have a win. You're always super positive, dude.
Yeah, I mean, I'm always positive, but I mean, let's when like I bought this walking pad, like it's really makes the work much more interesting and increases your body flow to your brain. So yeah, I can consider that as a win.
Dude, funny story. So I was at a hotel at an event in Arizona, and somebody had sent me a call to review. Like one of my clients was like, "Hey, can you review one of my calls?" Blah blah blah. And I was like, "Sure." And so I had my laptop in my hand, and I was like, I had just got back from dinner, and I had like two glasses of wine, so I was also a little buzzed. But I was like walking around my hotel with my laptop giving the feedback, like, because I was just on audio recording. And so I was like giving feedback while I was walking around in the hotel. And dude, my feedback was like 20 out of 10. Like, I don't think I've ever done a better call review than this moment. And I was like, huh, I wonder if it has to do with me like moving while I'm giving this feedback. And so I bought a walking pad as well. And dude, my coaching was like fire for like a good week and a half. And then it broke. I was like, damn it. So now I don't have a walking pad anymore. Still haven't bought one, even though it was like the best coaching of my life. So there's something to it. Keep it up until it breaks. Run that shit to the ground.
Yep, I mean, yeah, I hope that it's not happened, not because I'm really enjoying
I
it,
hope
but
so too.
I mean, yeah.
Well, the problem is it was under warranty, but like I didn't return it in time and then it fell out of warranty and I was like, ah, my goodness. Anyways, cool. What do you guys want to chat about today? What questions you got? You got calls to review? How can I
I
help you
have a
guys become the
question.
best setters in the world or closers?
Yeah, I have a question regarding an offer.
Let's do it.
So basically, I have a opportunity to be a setter for a vending machine uh, coaching offer from Internet Sales. But
Vic.
the problem is like, okay, I'm familiar with the financial freedom aspect, but the vending machine, especially in the US, I have no idea with it. So I don't feel myself kind of fully connected to the idea. I don't know if it's a like kind of cognitive bias, if that makes sense. Like my brain loves the e-commerce things or bizarre offers more because it's more familiar with it. I mean, I don't know, but what are your thoughts about it?
Well, I mean, first of all, a vending machine offer is a biz op. It's like a niche biz op, but it's a biz op. You know what I mean? So there's that. Um, and then dude, like in terms of not knowing how the offer works, it's like, yeah, I mean, that's probably going to be most of the things that you get into. It's like when you first start, you're not going to know much about it. But one of the nice things about offers, most of the time, is you get access to whatever program you're selling. And so in week one, when you're onboarding, you just download as much information about that shit as you humanly can. And if you want to, it seems like a good opportunity. Guess what? You can actually start doing some vending machine stuff on the side. And guess what? That also increases your lack of certainty in the offer. And then guess what? You're even a better setter or closer. So I always try to do like if I can a little bit of whatever I'm selling because, or at least get like my feet wet with it because then it increases my level of certainty. So if somebody's like, "Well, do you do this?" It's like, "Yeah, actually I do on the side." It's just kind of like a part-time thing because this is like my main thing. I love having these conversations and talking to people, but yeah, 100%. I've set up one. Yeah, cool. And then you have some extra income coming in. Cool. Whatever. Anyways, my point is, it's like you're not going to know about it. Like what really is important to me, it's not like necessarily what you're selling. And also, so I'll give a secondary thought later. Let me just write it down so I don't forget. Okay. So it's not like necessarily what you're selling. It's like, can I get behind it in terms of does it actually deliver the result that I'm selling? That's the most important thing, right? Like and obviously there's going to be people that come in and don't do the trainings and don't attend the coaching calls and they don't do that shit and they don't have a result. That's not what I'm talking about. What I'm talking about is if I come in and I do everything that it tells me to do to the letter and I ask a shit ton of questions, can I actually get the result? Right? And if the answer is yes, and you're actually making impact on people, then sick. I can get behind that. Whatever the methodology is, right? Unless there's something like in the methodology that's against your like core beliefs or something, you know? Like if you're very like every person in the world should have like one partner and then that's their soulmate and then never do anything else. If you have that belief, then like going on a dating offer might not be the best for you. You know what I mean? So it's like you have to make sure that it aligns with your sort of belief system and your values. But other than that, like, does it align? Or is it, a better question, is it outside of alignment? One. Two, does it actually get the results that they sell? And if both of those things are true, dude, I can learn whatever the hell I need to learn about vending machines. It's probably not that freaking hard. Like, it doesn't seem like it's the most complicated subject in the world. You're a smart guy, you know? So if both of those things are good, and then obviously, like, do they have leads? Like, do they have consistent lead flow? What do those leads look like? Is everybody broke as hell? Like, do they have any way to filter through the broke versus good leads? Like these sorts of questions are questions I would be asking. But yeah, I mean, I wouldn't turn away an opportunity just because I don't understand it. When I got into the insurance space, I didn't know shit about insurance. I learned, when I was in the corporate world and I worked with audience response systems for colleges and universities. I didn't know anything about that. I learned it. I didn't know anything about like consulting businesses before I got into my role that I'm in now. It's like, but I learned it, you know? So I wouldn't worry about too much like, oh, I don't understand that world yet, because you can't. It's not that hard.
Gotcha. Noted that down. Thank you.
Yeah, awesome. Thank you. Cool. What else you guys got? Don't be shy. Is everybody doing the list I told you about last week or the week before, where you kind of have a document and you bookmark it, and every time you have questions or thoughts throughout the week, you type in it? Because if you're not, you should, because then you can leverage these even more. Hafsa, saw you unmuted. What's up?
Yeah. Right. So I have a question. I'm not on an offer currently,
Sure.
and I'm looking for an offer mostly on Facebook, but I'm not finding like good offers to apply to.
Okay.
And
How are you
how would
looking for them on Facebook?
like through inside groups, posts?
Okay. Anything else?
Yeah, that's it mostly.
Okay, cool. Let me show you guys something interesting. So, let me share my screen. I'm sure this is in the training somewhere. But if you go to the meta ads library, you can just Google meta ads library. It's right here. Then you come to this place and you put USA. And then you go all ads. And then I can write something that I'm interested in. So let's just say I'm interested in, I don't know, what's interesting? Amazon FBA. I can type in FBA coaching, enter. And I can see businesses that are running ads for FBA coaching. It's kind of cool. And what I would do is these are all launched in May. So that doesn't necessarily mean that they've been running ads for very long. This is just from the 16th. But if I scroll down, check this out. June 2024. This ad's been running since June 2024. which means that two things. A, it's probably performing for this company. And B, they have enough money to run an ad since June 2024. Kind of interesting. So maybe I look into Pipkin resale coaching and I see, does this seem like an interesting offer? Maybe, I don't know. Look at this one, September 2024, same guys. That's a good sign. Jill Coleman is also running an ad since September 2024. Does she have a coaching offer? Looks like maybe. So let's maybe check out her business and see what she's all about. Oh, look at this. So she's actually a Fit Pro coach. No BS biz coach for Fit Pros. So she helps fitness pros build businesses. That's kind of interesting if that's within my wheelhouse of interest. These are just beach volleyball, so I don't know. Oh, better at beach volleyball? That's kind of cool. A volleyball coaching offer that's been running ads since November 2024, which means they have money to run ads since 2024 and the ads working well enough to keep it running for a year. Well, no, that's not a year. It's for, whatever it is, 7 months, 8 months. Sick. So I can check out that company. And then what I do, guess what? I literally go learn more. I check out their funnel. What's this all about? First name, last name, email. Sure, let's get into the funnel. Let's funnel hack them and see what their whole system looks like. Does this look like a good system? Yeah, this sounds kind of cool. And then guess what? You're going to get reached out to by people. And then guess what? I can find out who the owner is. Probably this dude, I'm imagining. Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. I'd have to do some research. Figure out who the owner is. And then guess what? I'm going to shoot them a message from Facebook. I'm going to be like, hey, I'm an appointment setter. Saw your funnels. This looks really interesting. I'd love to see if maybe I could help you grow your business. And then set them on a meeting with you, which proves that you can do what you want to do. And then ta-da, you're just like, your product is you. So you just sell yourself and see if you can get a position opening. That's what, if I was, let's say Cole went out of business, knock on wood, went out of business tomorrow, fired everybody. That's what I would do. Well, that's not true. I would also leverage my network. I would leverage my network first, probably. And then if that still didn't work, then I would go do this.
So you like directly DM them? And you want to
100%.
find them?
Yeah. And then I would add them as a friend. I would like some of their shit on Facebook, like some of their posts, comment on them. And be like, hey, really cool picture. This looks like this business looks amazing. Love to see what you're doing. PS sent you a DM in case you didn't see it, And then, yeah, get the conversation going. Show them that you can set by setting them on a meeting with you. And then if they're like, well, how do I know you're going to do a good job on your call? It's like, well, I got you here, didn't I? And that's like the most overpowered statement ever. Because like, how are they going to disagree with that? Ta-da, you just land yourself a job.
Yeah.
Honestly, like I treat interviews when I was interviewing, and granted, I haven't interviewed in like 5 years. I've been at the same place. I'm kind of a lifer. You get me on a company, I'm there basically forever. But I haven't interviewed in like 5 years. But when I was interviewing, I treated every interview like it was a sales call. Like the call would start and I'd just be like, hey, any one-on-ones? I'd be like, hey, before we kind of like jump into the interview, is it cool if like we maybe do something a little bit different and I ask some questions so I can better understand kind of like what is it you're specifically looking for? And then based off of that, I can kind of show you, whether or not I might be a good fit. And then ta-da, I just frame the call like a sales call. And then ta-da, I'm just gonna rip a discovery. I'll be like, cool. So like when it comes to the business, what would you say is like the biggest, I guess, challenge? Or like what's not working as well as it could be or it should be when it comes to like generating leads and appointments for your closers? Tell me more about that. How long you been doing that? Da, 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 da. And I just show them that I can do what I need to do, And it's really impressive, by the way. I got
That's
offers.
another thing I have a question about, like on interviews. When like I ask them questions, it feels like I'm just asking them just for the sake of it.
Mhm.
What do you say about that? Like,
Well, what
what
questions
kind
are
of
you asking?
questions do you ask? Like, how many setters do you have? Something like
Yeah, I mean, it sounds like you are probably just asking it for the sake of it.
yeah, but like, yeah, and like so like if you get on an interview,
Mhm.
and maybe like you already like the offer, but then at the same time, like you have to ask questions on interviews, right?
If you have questions, yeah, for sure. If you don't have questions, don't ask them. That's kind of like my general rule of thumb, right? It's like, I'm not going to pretend. That's dumb. I'll just ask questions if I have questions. But like I said, I would be treating the interview like a sales call, in which you're going to ask a lot of questions because I'm asking discovery-based questions so I can better understand where your problem is. And then I would go into, got it, like how long have you had this problem? How long have you been looking for setters to be able to like solve this problem? The last like 6 months, got it. In the last 6 months, have you brought anybody on? How did that go? Did they work out? Nice. What do you feel like you need out of your next setter that you didn't have in previous ones? How do you know when you found the right setter? It's like all typical discovery-based questions, like I'm running a sales call. And then I can go, cool. Well, I feel like I have a good understanding as to like what's going on with the business. Do you mind if I give you some thoughts? Yes. Time to pitch yourself. Based off everything you're saying, I think like what I'm doing here could be like a really great fit for the business because you know how you said blah 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 blah. Well, what I do is do. Ta-da! And we pitch ourselves. It's actually kind of funny. You just treat yourself like the product.
Yeah.
You know?
Mhm.
It's my favorite way to run an interview, and it works quite well. Obviously, you can't do that on group interviews. Group interviews more just like vibe check more than anything. But after the group interview, once you get one-on-one, you best believe I'm going to sell you on me. That's how I actually got my first ever job out of college because it was a sales job, funny enough, even though I didn't go to college for sales. Go figure. And one of the last sort of like for the interview, yeah, I didn't even do this because I wanted to do it. It was just like the last stage of the interview. Once you got through stages 1 and 2, the stage 3 was like you have to sell something to the owner and your would-be colleagues. And it could be anything. You could do like a presentation on whatever you want. You're going to sell it to them. And I was going to sell them their own product. But I thought that might be a little ambitious. And I decided not to. Because I figured they're going to know it way better than I do. And that just sets me up for a lot of traps. So I just sold myself. And at the time, I had like a like a 2-month old who was really cute. I had a really cute baby. And my last slide of the presentation was I had the picture of my baby. Because at the time, I was literally like 20. I had a kid really early. And I had a picture of the baby, my baby, pop up on the screen. And I said, and honestly, guys, like, if I did this by accident, can you imagine what I could do for you guys on purpose? And that was that was my closing statement. And I got the job, funny enough. So, but the point is, like, selling yourself is like treating yourself like a product or a service that you can sell to the business that you're talking to can help them sort of really visualize you in that role. And it illustrates that you can do the job, which is nice. So I would definitely do that.
Thank you.
Cool. All right, sweet. Good questions, guys. A lot of fun. What else you guys got for me? Let me know. Because if nothing, we can hop early. We got 40 minutes though. So if you guys got questions to keep it rolling, let me know. If not, no stress. We can wrap a little early. Nothing? All right. All right, cool. Well, we can bounce early. That's cool with me. If you guys have anything else, you can always shoot me a message in the school group. But as per usual, I'll be here next week. We can wrap a little early. Have a nice week. Enjoy. Go make yourself a coffee or a cappuccino. Get some more sales. Get on a roll if you're not on one. Go aggressively hunt for them in the ads marketplace, in the meta ads library. And yeah, I'll see you guys next week. Have a good one.